guys, Jasmine here with Simply Jazi by Design, and today I have another tutorial for you. We're going to be working on credit cards using Silhouette. So I know you've seen a couple of videos on designing the cards and printing them, but I haven't seen any on designing in Silhouette and printing from Silhouette. I've seen it from Photoshop and other places, but today we're going to be using strictly into Silhouette, and we're going to print from Silhouette as well. So the great thing about it is I have created these great easy to use templates for you guys. You can head on over to my Etsy shop and use them. If you need help on how to use them, that's what I'm here for today. So for those of you who are pretty well versed on Silhouette, you know when adding backgrounds and things, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. You can download digital papers and use them as backgrounds. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go ahead and start by selecting our background. Here you see we'll have two of the cards. So we have the front and the back. You want to design them. You can design them the same, but you're going to have to do it separately. Then also down here I have the area for if you want to do the sleeve for the cards. That's what this is for. So I'll give you guys a how-to on how to do both. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and select our card. And right now we're choosing a background. So what you want to do, we're going to go ahead and go over to our fill panel here. And for our patterns, we're just going to go ahead and click the third one. I am currently working with Silhouette Studio Business Edition. I do believe that the things that we're using today are available in the basic edition as well. I don't think we're doing anything that's too well versed. I have not updated recently. I did the update and then it kind of wouldn't let me update my library because I had too many files. So I went back to our older one. So here we go. Go to our fill panel and we're going to select patterns. I have a pretty good amount of patterns, so it does sometimes take a little while for it to go ahead and update and upload, but no biggie. We'll go and wait for that, and we're going to go and select our file. So here we go. Here are patterns. The idea today is to go ahead and we are designing a unicorn sleepover invitation. So we want to go ahead and scroll down to our unicorn pattern or something mystical. So here's like a rainbowy pattern. You see, if I click that, it just should go ahead and go to our background. And you see, bam. Easiest 1, 2, 3, the background's there. Now the template that you do get does already come with the numbers, and I'll show you guys how to change those and how to help that. So I'm liking this one since it's a sleepover. We're going to stick with that. So since I'm on the pattern, I'll go ahead and select the other card and select my same background. Bam, 1, 2, 3, easy. Since we're in this field, I don't want to have to go back later and come back into it. So I'll save time and we'll go ahead and add a background to this one as well. Now because the card is going to be on here, I want to do something different. So let's see what this one looks like. I like it, but I don't love it for what we're doing. So I'm just going to play around, click around to a few, see what contrasting background I can find to use for our card holder. I actually like that one, so I think I'm going to stick with that one. I think I'll stick with this for the card holder. Just look again, a little indecisive. So I tend to do that. I'll find one that I like and then I'll continue to look. And then it's 30 minutes later and I'm still looking like, I should have just went with the first one. Alright, so yeah. I'm going to go back to my first choice. I'm going to just select this one just for time purposes. Alright, so now we're done with our patterns. What we want to go ahead and do is just because these are blending in with what we have, I want to select a different color. So if you're wondering what the font is on these, I'll go ahead and show you. Just go ahead and select those. And if you go over to your font tab, it'll show you this right here is what we're using for our font. I hope you guys can see my mouse. Alright, so since I'm going to go and change the color of all of those, I'm going to select it. And I'm going to hold down the shift. I know you can't see my keyboard, but I'm holding down shift. Then I'll select the next one. still holding shift, the next one, still holding shift, the next one. So that's going to select all of those. Now you can in turn also go ahead, select outside of your item, slide across them, hold your shift, select your card to deselect it, and now we have just those on that line selected. Alright, so we're trying to change the color. Let's see what a black looks like. Okay, so the bam, that does pop out. This is what we're using for our time, month, date, and year. So just play around with those colors, whatever you decide that you want to use. Remember, this is going to be very vibrant, and it's going to really pop once you print. Alright, so let's go ahead and go with this purple here. I actually want to see what it would look like if we use the color from our program, our card here. So let's go ahead and use our eyedropper. Select that here. And we're going to come down, and you see it'll change color as you move over things. If you guys have never tried to match a color, keep in mind that is available for you in Photo. So I want to find a good area of the purple that we have here, and I'm going to select it. You see it automatically changed it. It looks okay, and I think I'm going to stick with it. Alright, so the time and things of our event is different. So this is what's going to come on your template. It is changeable. So we're going to go ahead and change this time and things. So the time for this party that we're creating this invitation for is going to be at 2 p.m. So you're going to do 0 to 0, 0. Everything that you're changing, you want it to be in, you do want it to be kind of like a card. So that's the reason why we have the 0 to 0, 0. The month, once again, just click and select it, double click it, so that it gives you the option to edit the text. The month is going to be for October, so we're going to do 0, 0, 1, 0 for the October. Next, we're going to move on to the day. We're going to do the same thing, select it, double click it. The date is going to be on the 21st, so 0, 0, 2, 1. And the year is 2019, so we'll leave that as such. Alright, so the time, month, day, and year. I think I'm okay with that being in black, so I'm not going to touch it. Alright, so next what we want to do is we want to go and add a name. You know, at the bottom of your card, you typically have a name. So, this is going to be for a young lady. This invitation specifically is going to be for a young lady named Lauren. So, just go ahead and excuse me, guys. My computer does not want to type right today. Right. Can't type today. Alright, so the reason why I wanted to go ahead and put this name up here is we're going to use this name 2 times. Once for the signature line, and then once again for down here on the card. So I'm going to take this, move it on over here a little bit, and I want to go up and hit our duplicate button. Alright, that's great. So for the card, we're going to go ahead and make this a little bit smaller, but it's no rush in doing that because we want to go ahead and change our font first. I like to change my font first because sometimes different fonts can be different sizes, and you'll go and size it down to the size you think you need, change your font, and then it's not the size you want it anymore. So I change my font and then change my size. So the font that we're using for this one, bear with me, it is the OCR A Extended, I believe it's called that. I want to say I got this font from 101 Fonts. Don't quote me. I will post the link at the bottom of the video just to make sure you guys are going to the right spot. So yeah, this is the font that I used. Size it down some, then I can put it on here. Now with this font, it does tend to be a little spaced out, I think. So I will go ahead and change down the space, the character spacing here. Just bring it in a tad bit. About 3 points. 3 clicks down to 85. Alright, so now we have that with the name on it. So cute. Looks like a little card, like she got her first card. It's exciting. Alright, and we want to go and change the color on this one as well. I like the way that purple looks, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that again. And on second thought, I'm not liking that on the name, probably because of the outline. So I'll go to my outline. Now I'm showing you guys how to do it with the windows over to your right, but you can also make these adjustments up here at the top. So if you're more of a want to do it the quick way, you can just come up here to the line, drop down, here's your colors, no line. If you want to do it on the side window, you select your object, go over to this here is your line. Then you'll be able to, this is where you would change the size and the thickness. And this one here is where you would change your color. Alright, so we've already removed the color from that. We're going to go ahead and select it again. And I think I want to see what it would look like if I use the same gold that's on this. So let's see what that looks like. Forgot I was in my line. That's how I feel. Try that. Kind of washes it out a little bit. So let's see what it looks like if I add some black outline to it. So go back to our line. So color, black. Now keep in mind, when you're first adding a line to anything in your silhouette design studio, you have to change the thickness. As of right now, you have to remember, this is a print project, not a cutting project. So when you're making these lines, if your thickness is at 0.0, we're talking about here in this area, if your thickness is at 0.0, you're not adding a line. Nothing is going to print. So go ahead and increase that. You see when you first hit that increase, it actually lessened the line because there was no line there to begin with. I actually like that. So I'll go ahead and leave it there. I did it at 2 points. And I'm actually liking the way that's looking. So I'll leave it there. Alright, remember we did her name 2 times. It's because we're also going to put it on the signature strip here on the back of our card. So I'm going to select that name. Go back to our fonts. And the font we use is this Palace Script. This is what I like for signatures. Looks like a nice little signature in my opinion. So I want to go and change my color before I add it there. And let's see what that purple looks like. So I gotta grab it again, do it again, and we want to remove our line. Alright, I like the way that looks with that color. So let's go ahead and size it down some, bring it over here. I think it looks great. We want to go ahead and select our name. Then we're going to hold down shift, select your card. We want to go over to our transform panel. In the first box that opens, this is going to help us to align it. So we want to go ahead and center that. Looks great to me. Miss Lauren has her card with her signature. Looks great. Alright. Please excuse my pop-ups, guys. I use my computer for a lot. Alright, so now that we have the card addressed to whoever the specific person is, we're going to go ahead and make a title for our event. So this is for a young lady by the name of Michaela. So let's go ahead and type out her event. Guys, I told you my keyboard has a little bit of where it's kind of skipping letters, but no biggie, we'll fix it. So it's Michaela's. Alright, so that's the title of her event that the customer is wanting. And I actually want to see about putting those two on the same line. So I went ahead and put my cursor in the front of that and just push enter to bring it on down. Next, we want to go ahead and center this. So that's what you would do on the font. So we're going to center it. And we're going to go ahead and bring it down to size a little bit. Not all the way, like I said before. I want to do my font before I make it completely down to size. And just playing around with a couple of fonts that I have. Anything that I have that is a font that is not something that came with my silhouette, 9 times out of 10 I got it from, I believe the website is 101 Fonts or Fonts 101 or something like that. Like I said, I'll have the link down below in the video, in the description. So yeah, we'll go ahead and just look through a couple. And I think I actually like that for the theme. Let me look a little bit. I constantly download fonts, and some of them I download and don't even use for a while, so I kind of forget that they're. Yeah, no. So I'm gonna stick with. What's that other side? I'm gonna stick with this one. And so what I want to do with this is bring in some more of the other colors that we have up here. So let's try. We're gonna fill it with this pink that we have here, and we are going to outline it. Let's try this yellow. Let's see what we can do with this yellow. So let's say with this yellow. Oh, I like it. Let's see what that's going to look like on the actual item. Like I said before, remember we have to change thickness. Down some. I like it, but it needs something to make it pop. So let's change that line color just to kind of bring it out. So let's try one of these darker colors down here. So let's see what that blue does. See, that makes it pop a little bit more. Or it does kind of blend in. We're going to keep it with that blue. You'll have it in front of you. No, I told you guys I'm really indecisive. Let's see what we do. Okay, let's reverse it. So what we're going to do is we're going to, for the outline, we are going to do this pink. And for the inside, we will try the yellow. Forgot to change what I had clicked. Alright, here we go again. We're off the struggle bus. Let's try this again. I'm not loving it. So let's take off our line as a whole. And go back to the pink. Such a pretty pink. Okay, let's just leave it out because the way this A is falling. Alright guys, for the sake of the video, because I can sit here and play with this for hours. So for the sake of the video, we'll go ahead and just leave it with the, I believe it's on lock right now. But I just want to be able to see that you guys see what it's like and everything when we print it. But of course, for the sake of the job, I can go back and play around with it and fix it later. So I have shown you guys how to go ahead and add your information at the top. So the whole front of it is now complete. Now we want to go ahead and it's up to you at this point whether or not you add the address to the back or if you decide to do the address on the address card. So for the sake of what we're doing for this video, I want to kind of keep it centered around, let's go ahead and just keep it centered around the cards. So we're going to go ahead and add the address to the back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a whole separate video on how to do the RSVP card inserts, because that in itself is a little bit more information that you guys are going to need. So for the sake of you guys this time, we're going to just go ahead and focus on printing our cards. Alright guys, so it looks like somewhere along the way the video did stop. So I'll just go ahead and pick back up where it left off. From where it left off, I did go ahead and add the come join with us in the address, which is same technique as what we did here, just choose your font and all that kind of good stuff. Alright, so from there I went ahead and selected, you want to go ahead and select all of this and right click, group it. Same here, select all of this, right click, group it. Alright, then we're going to select both of these files, both of these here, right click, copy, and we're going to bring them right on over to our template. Alright, and we're going to paste them here. So you see that we have our documents here. Alright, since they are the wrong direction, you will need to go ahead and go into your transform panel, select them both, go into your transform panel, go to the rotating tool and change them 90 degrees. That'll give you what we have here. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in some, and you just want to put your cards here, and you just want to line them up. Just a little bit more, that's fine. You want to put them on in between the middle section, and you're just going to line them up. I tend to use my keys. It's easier to move them smallly. You want to make sure that they're in the lines. Very important that they're in the lines. Alright, once you position in the lines, you want to select one, shift, select the other, and I like to go back to my align window and make sure they are aligned. That way we can make sure that they're printing the same way. So now that they are ready to print, the next section we're going to go ahead and go to our print window, go file. We want to go to print page setup. In this window you want to go ahead and change your paper type to drop down disc tray J, and it should change your source to disc tray. Alright, from there you want to go ahead and go to your print window, and my preferences, this is the important part. So I'm going to go photo printing, borderless printing, media type, we're going to change it to other papers, and printable disc. It's going to tell me that that option is the paper source is not available. We need to change it to disc tray. Okay, it's going to change it to disc tray and the paper source. For printer paper size, let's go ahead and change that to disc tray J. Print quality high. Alright, then we're going to hit OK and print. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and let that load on up. And once this is completely loaded up, I'll show you what our screen shows, and then we're going to go ahead and move over and give you a great view of our printer. And you'll be able to see from there how they print out, as well as just the whole process of how it prints. Yes, I know it takes a while. The more color, the longer it takes my printer to get the message, and I am wireless, so yeah. Right, there it goes. My printer just popped on. Sorry, my tray was open. Told me to close it. And so basically it's still sending it over to my printer. And then it gives me a message saying it's preparing. Then it tells me that it's ready, and it gives me instructions on what to do with my tray. So now I'll go ahead and move over to there and show you guys what we're seeing on that end. Alright guys, so as you can see my screen, this is what happens after I send it over to the printer. It's telling me disk label print. And it's asking me to go ahead and insert the tray. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take our tray. This is what it looks like. I hope you guys can see it. This is what it looks like. Blah, blah, blah. It goes in this way. So here are our cards. It's just the PVC cards. I will have the link to what the cards are. And we're going to go ahead and put those into our tray. And we want to make sure they're just, it's little slots in there so they fit in really well. Here we have this little tray that we want to go ahead and open. Hope you guys can see that. Flip that on down. And we're going to go ahead and insert this tray right here. You guys, I always have a hard time finding where it goes, and then I remember, oh, there's a little arrow that tells me it goes right here. So that's what we're going to do. Slide that. Make sure your cards are in the right spots and the holes right. All right, and we're going to slide it right on in. It's going to stop you, and then it says to hit OK. So I'm going to hit OK. Here's your tray doing some little in and out kind of stuff. It's reading it. And it's going. And you'll see it starts to print. Guys, ignore my ink levels. It is time for me to refill. But that is not a big deal. Office World has been set up. I will put a link to the inks that I use. Office World has this huge pack that you can buy. I've been using it for a while now. But it's telling me it's time to replace my big black one eventually. So I'll put this to the side for when it's time. Probably after this print, it'll tell me to replace it. All right, and that's gonna print. It does not take long at all, guys. It's actually pretty fast, and you'll see. I'll go ahead and leave it regular speed time so you can see about how long it takes to print these cards. It's not long at all. And we're just letting that finish, and voila, guys, it's done. It is done printing that fast. And so, as you can see, the cards are printed, and they are completely exactly how we did them. So, just to show you how you would go ahead and print the next ones, I leave them the same. So remember, we just took it out this way. What we're going to do now is there's a hole at the bottom. You can just push it up. I flip and slide that there. Because remember, we don't have to change where they are. So flip, slide that there. And I'm going to put these right in there like this. Right back in there. And we'll slide it right back in. Actually, no, we're not going to slide it in. Because we have to go back to our printer and click print again. So bear with me. I'm clicking print again on my screen. And it is loading up the same way we saw before. And it is loading. Of course, you guys know it takes a while. But no biggie. It is loading all the same. In the meantime, here is another one. I did my business cards with it. So, as you can see, did my business cards. Nice, full color. All right, so it's ready to go. It's asking me to go ahead and put my tray in again. This is for the opposite side. Make sure they're all straight. Slide it in. It's stopping me. I hit OK. It's reading it. There are some like little metal pieces on the other side of the tray, and it's reading those. So that's why it's kicking it in and out. Now, with the way it just kicked it out and left it out, I'm guessing it did not read it. So we can give us a second. Yeah, see, gives us an error. All right, so set the tray. So I didn't put it in good enough. So here we go again. And okay. All right, it seems like it's reading it better this time. And sure enough, it is. All right, so it is reading that and getting ready to print it. And I wanted to leave it on and let it record the whole time while it was printing so you guys can understand how it sounds, how long it takes, basically the whole process that you would do from A to Z to go ahead and get these cards printed. Like I said before, I use them for my business card. They are really, really great, really great. I will go ahead and post a link to what the cards are, how to get them. Just think of how much better these are. Actually plastic cards. They're not paper. They're actually nice plastic cards. So yeah, it's a really nice conversation piece when you hand out your business cards like that, or even an invitation. Just something to add to you guys' repertoire. Now this printer, this MX920, is a great printer around the board, not just for these cards, but I did get it for the cards. All right, so they came out, you guys, and just that quick, simple and easy. They're already dry, and which is not known of with inkjets. This is already dry, and just like that, you have a full card completely printed. Full 2 cards completely printed. All you have to do, add 2 more cards to your slots, and go ahead and finish printing your job. So I hope you guys enjoyed that tutorial. Once again, my name is Jasmine with Simply Jazi by Design. If you like this video, don't forget to thumbs up, like, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next Sunday, 6 o'clock, with another video. Have a great one.